Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. We are picking up on the January knife builds. And if you don't know what all has been done to this point, then you need to go back, subscribe to the channel, go back and watch some of the January builds, because we've already gotten to the point where these three blades, which are the ADC RV2 blades, have all been heat treated, tempered, cleaned up, and now we're ready to start talking handles, which I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be doing with these in a second. I got the blades taped up on the Cardinal XL and the Rockhopper XL. So those two blades are taped up and we're ready to start looking at handles. This one I was on hold with. This is the Wharncliffe Bloom that for the first time I did a kind of dual finish. So I did the acid etch finish on the blade, and then I kept this satin or hand sanded on the flats. I'm still a little torn on this, but we're going to move forward. I put something in the community page, and I did a little live stream trying to get people's comments on this. And most of it was positive, which I like. So, but there's something about it that it's not 100% perfect. And I think if I polish it and I just keep moving forward, it might look a little bit better. But we're still, it's still a work in progress. So what I need to do is tape up this blade. So I'm going to get that going. So as soon as I tape this up, then I'll show you guys the handle materials for which we're going to be working on with these. So this is going to be fun to do around my little camera mount here, but it's okay. All right. Luckily it's a small blade, so this will line up nicely. So, handle materials. I can't believe, first of all, I cannot believe we're already talking handles, first of all. That is just absolutely crazy to think that we're already talking handles for January's builds, which it's not even January as I'm filming this yet, but it is upon us and we'll be here before I know it. And it's good to be ahead. It's really good to be ahead of the game. It's good to try to stay ahead where I don't feel like I am drowning in these builds. It has been nice over the past couple months to be able to just relax and do some builds that I want to do. The thorns went really well. Those all sold pretty quick. And if you were one of the ones that picked one up, I hope you are appreciating that. And now I have the January builds, and some of these I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do in some pass around groups and get them out there for other content creators to see. And then once they get back, we'll make up our minds if I'm going to put them up for sale or what I'm going to do with them. But anyway, so I got the blade taped up. I do the paper towel because that helps me when it's time to take this off. It's also another layer of protection on the blade. And then I use the regular painter's tape for first layer of protection. And then I just do the electrical tape for that final layer of protection. I don't know why, it gives it that extra little thing that I need to make sure that it is protected. I spent all that time on that blade and the finish and everything else. I don't want to ruin it trying to do something silly while I'm working on the handles, because the handle work gets a little messy. All right. Folded the edge over so I have a little place to pull, because I know how much you guys love. But honestly, the way it's been working with the paper towel, I could just yank it off that way, and it's been working great. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so we got these three taped up, and we're going to look at handle materials. So what are we doing for handle materials? Well, let's start with the Rockhopper. The Rockhopper is going to get this. This is some of the Voodoo Resins Ocean Moon handle material. I just did a cardinal recently with this material. It is a glow-in-the-dark material, and I have just enough of this left over to do the handles on the rock copper. So we're going to do that with black pins, the black G10 pins and tubes. Then for the cardinal is going to be really stinking cool. The cardinal we're going to do, this is camo carbon space weave galactic green. This is not a glow-in-the-dark material. I know you guys are all about the glow-in-the-dark, but this is just a galactic green camo carbon. And I've already kind of marked it out where I'm going to be cutting that from, so you can see that. But what's really cool is it's going to get this, which is glow-in-the-dark liners. I found a company on Etsy that does glow-in-the-dark liner material. So you're going to have that nice liner material. This material is fairly thin, so this is a little thicker liner than what I usually use, but I think because of the two together and the size handle this is going to be, it's going to work really well. So looking forward to doing that. And I also, the same company does glow-in-the-dark pins. So I got the glow-in-the-dark pins and I got a matching tube for that as well. So we're going to do the glow-in-the-dark liner with the camo carbon and the glow-in-the-dark pins. It's going to look really cool. It's going to look cool once it's all said and done. The bloom. So the bloom is going to get this. This is called jute micarta. Here you go. You got the Vibe Composites jute micarta, and they're calling that bison. So it's like a brown. It's like a very tight burlap. So like burlap, let's see, I just got some burlap in. So you have like burlap, and then you have the jute. So it's a little bit different than the burlap. The burlap is like a little bit wider of a crisscross, and then the jute, I don't know. So anyway, it's basically a burlap micarta material, and they're calling it jute. So it's that nice brown color, which I think is going to clean up nicely. And then I decided I'm going to do, because that material is a little thin, I decided I'm going to do a red liner with that. So it's going to have the red liner and red hardware. So we're doing that, and we have the pin and the tubes. So that is going to be the handle material, which these are all going to be getting. So these are all at that point now that I can start cutting out handle material and start getting this to work. I can't believe we're doing handles on 3 of the 5 blades. And also, Peter's Heat Treat is in possession of the other 2, but we're right around the holidays, so I don't know how much, if they're going to work the week of New Year's, or I really don't know what their schedule's like. I'm assuming they'll work, but maybe have Wednesday off of New Year's, and then, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I can get those done, though, and get those back as soon as possible, because I have a feeling these are going to go fairly quickly. So I'm looking forward to getting these worked on, but it's time first to go get these cut. handles on all three cut out and roughly shaped, and everything is done. Now the next step is to round the fronts off of those. So I got to angle all of those and then hand sand them all out. The multi-piece construction, well, it's not multi-piece, but multi-piece as far as like liners and everything else, again, it's looking good as well. This fit on that carbon fiber is really, really tight, which is good because when I glue it up, it'll be nice and tight. But again, you can kind of see the look that we're going for here. But that's gonna look pretty cool. So looking forward to that one. And of course, this one, again, we're all looking good. So the only thing left on all three of these is I need to angle these off, round them all off. And then these three are gonna be ready for glue up. I'm laughing because I can't believe I'm talking about gluing up 3 blades in December for January. And then these two are still at heat treat, so nothing I can do until they get back. So these 3 are looking pretty good. Excited about getting them finished up. Still a ton of work left to do. I got to angle those, then I got to hand sand them all out, then I have to glue them up, then do the complete handles on them, sheaths, edge, there's a lot, lanyard. No, I don't need to do a lanyard on that one. Even though I saved some of this material, I could do a bead, but maybe I'll save that for future. There's no reason for this one to be a bead. This one doesn't need a lanyard or a bead. Look at that, full 4-finger grip. Yeah, Rockhopper XL, looking good. But the person who bought the Cardinal has requested a lanyard and a bead, or a lanyard. I'm gonna throw in the bead because I'm a nice guy and he's a cool dude. So, and then of course I'm gonna have to do something for that one. I do have leftover material, so I could do a bead out of this if I really wanted to, which I just might. Double up, let's see. Oh, look at that, perfect. Double up that with some liner in the middle of it. That would be a cool little bead. So I'll probably do that for this one, just to do a matching bead. And I think I have some brown Kydex. Maybe I'll do a brown sheath on this one too. Yeah, we'll see. Alrighty, so where do I start? I can't believe I'm about to say this, but these 3 are ready for glue up. That's right. I got the fronts smoothed out, sanded down, and obviously they need to be clean. Everything needs to get cleaned up before it gets glued up. But this is that jute micarta. It's going to be brown. I'm going to give it a more raw texture, and once it's oiled and everything else, that's really going to pop. So I don't want to polish it or anything, but you can see how it's nice and rounded, and it's gonna look really cool. The Rockhopper and its scales, yep, the whole scales are gonna look like that. That's gonna look really, really good. Oh, don't want to lose that pin. Get back in there. And last but not least, the Cardinal with the camo carbon space weave galactic green with the glow in the dark liners. Oh man, you guys, that is going to be so bright. But I got that nice and rounded there at the front, and now I'm starting to get a feeling of what that's going to feel like in the hand. Ooh, yeah. I'm looking forward to finishing these 2 because I know you guys have always said, I wish it was bigger, I wish it was bigger. Well, I'm giving it to you. So I'm still gonna steadfast on a nice small EDC is perfect. And these might be the limit of EDC in my opinion, but I can see how these are going to be really good. Look at that. 4 fingers. That swell at the back is going to be nice. Oh, it's going to look cool. So, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I need to go get these cleaned up because it's time to glue up these handles. Holy cow. Oh, man. I thought I had just gotten done with all of this. Here we go again. Oh, jeez. Just when I thought I was done with the glow. Alright guys, I spared you the boring process of me gluing all these up, but the Rockhopper, the Cardinal Rockhopper XL, the Cardinal XL, and the Bloom Marnie, is they are all glued up and looking good. So now these have to sit here, and then tomorrow I can get back to it. All right, guys, it's the next morning. This is all nice and dry, so let's get all of these off. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I probably should have removed a little bit more material, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it all look nice. So, yeah, that glued very well. So now, well, I guess I'll take the rest of them off. The next step, as always, is I got to take these all to the grinder and start removing more material. Obviously, I need to remove all that material, and then round these off a little bit, and then really start shaping the handle up. But yeah, this is starting to all come together. And I took some photos. I shared it with my channel members. The channel members got to see this glowing, and it's pretty ridiculous, just with the lights turned off. So I can only imagine if it's in the sun or if I charge it, man, that's gonna be bright. And then the Rockhopper also is glow material, and it has a very attractive glow. It's like a blue kind of glow, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, that is gonna be pretty cool. There you go, 4 fingers, man. Every time I gotta stop doing it. But yeah, we got a lot of work left, but we're gonna start putting these on a diet and start shaping these handles and getting these finished up. But the glue up looks like it went very well. So we'll start removing material and we can really tell how we did. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to hit these or take these to the grinder, start getting them all cleaned up. But I realized that this video has already gone on almost 20 minutes, which is about the time that I like to say goodbye. So I am going to stop this now, and we'll pick these up on the next one. So I'm still going to go get ready and start putting these to the grinder, but we'll catch you on the next video. So thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, you have to subscribe to the channel. If you already subscribed, thank you very much. Become a channel member. Like this video. Comment if you would like or not. Again, subscribe, like, comment. It's always your choice. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.